The somber atmosphere of war-torn Europe was a backdrop to one man's clandestine mission to document unthinkable horrors. Witold Pilecki, the protagonist of this grim tale, was not an ordinary soldier. He wore the guise of an officer but carried the spirit of a historian, determined to unveil the brutal realities hidden behind the barbed wires of Auschwitz. Witold infiltrated the camp as a Trojan horse, blending into the suffering populace. Day after day, night after night, he endured the torments of the Nazi regime, witnessing the soul-crushing procession of lives ending in plumes of smoke. The gas chambers, these instruments of systematic annihilation, were his terrifying truth. With meticulous care, Witold chronicled the atrocities. His reports were a patchwork of raw terror, numbers that spoke of human loss, names that once had life, stories trapped in an eternal darkness. But merely documenting wasn't enough. The world had to know. Engaged in a perilous game of survival, Witold managed to smuggle his detailed accounts through covert channels to the Polish resistance. Every message was a breathtaking risk, the pen mightier than the sword in this scenario where silence equaled death. Finally, the reports reached London and Washington, carried by invisible whispers over war-torn lands. But the reality echoed in Witold's revelations seemed more like fiction than fact, too unimaginable, too monstrous. In hushed rooms, officials perused the reports. The revelations of gas chambers crept slowly into their consciousness. A chilling silence swept across diplomatic circles. Nobody believed him, was the refrain, an all-too common denial in the face of horror. And as history would have it, many dismissed Witold's words as mere propaganda, a trickery of wartime. Time passed, and the truth, once buried under skepticism, eventually climbed its way out, but not quickly enough to save lives that could have been. Yet Witold's legacy lived on. His reports were not just pieces of paper, but testaments of courage. Though initially shunned, his words persevered, enduring the ignorance of a world that chose comfort over confrontation. And in that perseverance, Witold ensured that the world could never again turn a blind eye to such evils. His story was a stark reminder. Tragedies must be unveiled, no matter how harsh the light they cast. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe for more.